Thirdphaseofmoon.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special for you. In just a few minutes, we're on the standby for a possible tsunami that has struck off the coast of New Zealand. It should be heading our way in just a matter of moments. But in the meanwhile, we got a UFO that we want to share with you that came into my Gmail just moments ago from Japan. I want you guys to take a look at this incredible video right now. We have the panel, Dr. J. Andy Elias, along with Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal and retired physicist Alex Gershowitz, who's going to be going over this video in incredible detail. Let's just get it started with Dr. J. What do you think, Dr. J?
UFO, UAP, Fastwalker, flying saucer, they're all synonymous for what people cannot identify. Unidentified aerial phenomena, unidentified flying objects, they're all essentially the same. Here we have a light in the daytime, but the light is fairly close and it's shining extremely brightly. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is it going from very slow to extremely fast in literally a second or two. I believe the speed is a mile a second. Nothing on Earth can create that, of course, unless we created an alien reproduction vehicle, or if our scientists discovered a new method. We see no tails, no wings, no rotors, nothing that would give this credence to say, hey, look, this is like an F-14 Tomcat or a Sikorsky helicopter. No, this is completely different. And moreover, if this was whatever it is said to be, if it's US made or China made or Russian made or whatever, if it's terrestrial made, why would they want to test it over residential and commercial grounds? You wouldn't. You would test it in places like Area 51, aka Groom Lake. Why? Because it's in the middle of nowhere. And of course, we know there are other bases that we don't know of. Area 51 only became popular especially because of Bob Lazar. And now another thing, if this was piloted, the inertia would destroy the pilot, or whatever it be, whether it be a human, an alien, or a hybrid. Regardless, it would kill it. Even if it's half human, half AI. Nothing can go that fast unless it's enveloped in some sort of gravitational field. Another thing I want to mention is if you were a private military contractor or a military general and you were in charge of this program, why would you test this over civilian grounds? You would not. You would test it over Area 51 in the middle of nowhere. The fact that this is being tested is either for a couple of reasons. One, because we created it and we're trying to show our adversaries, don't mess with us. This is the kind of weaponry we have now. Or two, they have no idea what it is. And let's just say one more thing. They're no longer hiding anymore. The UFOs, UAPs, drones, whatever you want to call them, they are not only being witnessed on almost a daily basis, I believe on a daily basis around the world, but they're being filmed. That's the best part. And so the acclimation that we're going towards of slow dripping this disclosure or getting us ready for whatever this is been up for the last 18 months to 24 months.
All right, now let's take it to Dark Hour Paranormal. Michael, what do you got?
Now, when I'm looking at this video clip, immediately I notice that the object that's zipping right towards us is not entirely round. It does appear that there's some detail on the face, and if you zoom up and slow down the video a bit, you will see what appears to be two illuminated circles, which to me look like headlights. That's really interesting. A lot of the crafts that we see in the sky that we can't explain do have plenty of lights, but they don't necessarily resemble something conventional. Another thing that I noticed while watching this clip is this object appears from the nearby forest. Could there be a tunnel system within there somewhere? Or was the craft possibly cloaked in front of the tree line and we just didn't see it until that moment that it decided to start moving again? Now, in certain countries, populations may know more or less about secret high technology and ET presence in general. Each government has its own code of conduct. Therefore, certain cultures may be more exposed to specific sightings and events. This is interesting, seeing this footage in all its glory as this craft just zips by. I mean, again, the question that begs to be answered, is this our technology, or is this something more extraterrestrial? The craft itself isn't very big. So, again, I start thinking in the way of monitoring systems or drones, possibly from us, reverse engineered from perhaps a different species.
Interesting stuff there, Mike. Now, let's take it out to Alex Gershowitz. Alex, what did you come up with after looking at this video?
Hi, Alex here for Third Phase of Moon. So I'm looking at a video that came in from Japan, and it shows a fairly rural setting. It's a small town or a village, someplace in the mountains, and what you see is an incredibly fast-moving object going from center right to lower left. And it's definitely in a controlled flight. It's not fluttering. It's moving incredibly fast. It's so fast, in fact, that it's hard to slow it down. And when you slow it down, it doesn't really show you what it is. At first, I thought it was a metapropulsion craft. That's a phrase I made up for vehicles whose propulsion systems defies my understanding. But we took a screen grab of one of the frames, and it looks like a flat surface with something like a rotor on top. There's a shadow on the surface of the vehicle, and there's also something underneath it that could also be a rotor. So at this point, I would say it's an incredibly fast-moving drone. If those two things are rotors, then it's a drone. But I have to tell you, I have no idea what that is. I've never seen a drone that looks like that. They're obviously fast drones. There are drones that can go in the hundreds of miles an hour. But I don't know what this is. I really don't know.
Interesting thoughts. What's incredible about this video on how quickly this object comes into frame and then zooms underneath the drone itself in a matter of a second. What could it possibly be? We do a little bit of analyzation on the video, and from what we can estimate, this thing traveled a mile in less than 1 second. When you add it up, that's about 3,600 miles an hour. What could this be? Is this some kind of secret military drone testing or something otherworldly? All right, right now, we're here, we're still on the coast waiting for a possible indication of any kind of tsunami that has resulted in a video from 4:34, 2 minutes away, Mike. All right, Brent has just indicated to me that we're moments away. It's about 4:34 in regards to a possible strike that's going to be happening in just a few minutes. They said approximately it arrived on the coast right here of Hawaii at approximately 4:37. So we're going to roll it a little live and just see if we see any kind of indication of a tsunami. It is possible we might see some kind of indication, maybe some receding of the water, but right now it seems kind of normal. But in a matter of a few moments, we've got about 2 minutes to go. All right, it looks like there's some swells actually coming in. We got it at 4:35. It's March 4th, and yep, that's our dog breakfast. And it's interesting. So we're keeping an eye out. We see some swells kind of picking up a little bit.
Yeah, it's actually, there's something going on here.
Maybe a little indication of some possible tsunami effects coming in from New Zealand. We've been standing here for about 35 minutes, and definitely we could see a pickup in some kind of water activity down there. The swells seem to be picking up, but you know, there was a warning, or basically a watch here in Hawaii of a tsunami strike, but they let that go, and I don't think there's going to be anything major that we're going to see, but maybe some slight indicators. That's why we're here on the coast. Give us a big thumbs up for you know, on the ground reporting. This is what ufology should be. You want to be on the ground reporter, you let us know at Third Phase of Moon. Maybe you could collaborate with us, but right now we're looking around, and you know, it seems pretty much a-okay. It's a little normal at the moment. Brent's moving the camera around a little bit, getting his shot set up, but he's trying to get a little closer look and extend down. You know, this cliff is we're about 350 feet above the water, so if there was any kind of major tsunami, we're perfectly safe here. Brent's a little dangerously close to the edge there, so I'm just kind of watching his back, holding him. So you know, you don't want to go falling down there. It'd be a world of hurt. But you could hear the rumble of the ocean. We're looking at it so far. A-okay. Let's see, Brent, let's bring it back up here, because it is 4:37. And are you guys seeing any indication of any kind of tsunami strike? Again, it was called off. It was just a warning, but it's interesting. 4:37 right now, and it seems like Hawaii dodged another bullet. Apparently from people at the tsunami station, they said that we're bound to be hit by a tsunami because we're past overdue. And it's interesting, we've had a few tsunamis over here in the Big Island, and they say it's been the longest time in recorded history that we have not been struck by any kind of tsunami effect. So it's interesting. We're seeing, again, some indicators, a little bit of swell out there, but nothing that Hawaii can't handle. We're used to the big waves here. So I think we, again, dodged another bullet. Like I said, you know, it appears okay over here, and that's what we want to see. We don't want any major damage, but we want it to be here just in case something went down to document history. We were here when it was supposed to make landfall, and apparently it looks okay. So give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed that. And back to the UFO deal. If you captured anything amazing out there, you let us know. My email is in the description. Contact us, upload your UFO video to YouTube, copy paste that link to my email, we'll take a look at it. And who knows, you might see it right here at Third Phase of Moon. I want to thank the panel for joining us tonight, going over the Japan drone footage. What was that, a Fastwalker? Something crazy. Dr. J. Andy Elias helped out, appreciate that, along with Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal and our new panel member, Alex Gershowitz. Appreciate it. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies, give us a big thumbs up. Thanks everybody in the live premiere for chiming in. Blake Cousins. We'll see you next time.
Are beyond any capability that we can identify with an Earth nation, either in delivery, in platform, something that a military is showing, or is in development.
The world's largest UFO hunt is on.
A black triangle, white sort of indicator lights on its peripheral tips coming out of the water.
UFO investigators Blake Cousins in search of off-world vehicles along with his twin brother Brent Cousins. Is there ET presence among us? In search for the truth, disclosure is happening now. The UFO Report has the largest archive of the best UFO videos from around the world. Hidden secrets waiting to be unlocked. Incredible UFO videos captured around the world by the public.
Underwater UFOs, which behave in ways that science can't explain.
If you ever wondered whether we're alone in the universe, the answer is here.
Turn the music off! Oh, dude, my God.
UFO Report, Third Phase of Moon. We're not alone.